Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Experience, the Target Individual Program. So let me share a little information with you guys as TIs. The one thing that they'll try to do is to try to manipulate you, okay, in ways in which they seems like they're always giving you a test, right? And whether that test is like, let's say if you're a TI and you're on disability, it is a test to constantly try to see if you will give things to people, money to people, if people ask for it or what have you, and to make it seem as if you will be rewarded or punished if you don't. But with that way of thinking, okay, particularly if they're making you believe that by giving people, money, people who stop shooting on the street and giving them money, that you'll be rewarded, what have you. Don't fall for that. If you can give it to someone that needs it, fine. But if you can't, don't give your money to individuals asking for it, particularly when you don't have it, or the money that you have is to get you through the week, the month, or what have you. This is how they condition you into a mindset of just poverty. It's like a poverty. One of the things that they do to as TIs to keep us with no money, no resources, nothing, right? Is that type of manipulation. So earlier tonight, I was talking to the same guy I was talking about, right? The one whose daughter him and I had a conversation with, the one who they tried to again use as a tool to target me or what have you, right? And I was saying that he was showing me a video of his daughter, and it didn't dawn on me until now. Because the video he was showing me of his daughter, she was, I guess she's a hip hop artist, what have you, but she was wearing like an orange jumpsuit. It's like one of those jail jumpsuits, So I was like, oh, no wonder why they showed me this. I just started thinking about it, right? Then also, the same individual who I've had the equipment that I wanted to give to, my nephew came in here. Of course, they used my nephew to target me. Because again, he has that same crab in the barrel mentality. And recently, I told his daughter, my grandniece, that I would build her a new computer. I gave her my son's old computer, and her cousins came over, my niece's daughters came over, and they were on it. All of a sudden, it stopped working, and I didn't have other parts to try and troubleshoot. So I was just like, you know what, I just put it to the side. So it's been about a year since I told. I said I have to upgrade. I said no, so I had to build my daughter a computer, Alyssa, and I had to upgrade Ethan's computer, right? And also I had to build Bryce a computer. So I said, when I can do those things, when I get those things done, then I'll build you a computer. Now, fortunately, I didn't have to buy any parts, well, except for the keyboard and mouse, right, to build her computer, because I used my son's old processor, his old motherboard, and even though it's newer than what she had before, okay, and his memory, I took half of that. His old memory, I took half of that, gave that her, and I asked her aunt, my niece, to buy her the case, right? Actually, I did have to buy her a power supply. Hold on a second. Okay. So I did buy her a power supply on Amazon, which I bought for I think like $35. Okay. And so she was very happy about that, And I did ask her father. I said, hey, do you want to contribute $40 So because I was going to get the case, so I said, but I said, let me ask her father, you know, that way, you know, it wouldn't be just from me, but it will also be from her father also, you know. But of course he didn't, you know. I remember we had a conversation, him and I had a conversation, and I was like, man, you can't even contribute $40 to get your daughter a computer. And he was like, I didn't ask you to build her a computer or what have you. And I'm just like, wow, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow. So anyhow, so they were using him tonight, you know, to come and send me some subliminal message or what have you. And because I noticed they keep following me around, I'm like, you know. So then he came and he was like, oh, you know, the guy that I had was going to give the equipment to, he's outside and this and blah blah blah. And at the point, I was like, you know what? Damn, hold on a second. My eyes was just all of a sudden just burning me. Hold on a second. Okay, so as soon as I had said my eyes just started burning me, I hear whoop again. And again, it's very, very low frequency, you know, trying to evade detection. That's what they're trying to do. I've been noticing this. Okay, so now, so anyhow, so again, they were using him, and I said to him, I said, you know what, just tell him that I gave to somebody else who wanted it more than you, you know, because I've noticed that ever since I've told him he can come and get the equipment that I have for him, that I was going to give him, he only comes when I'm being targeted a certain way. Like today, like for example, you know, them using white vans, you know, they always use these vans to try to, you know, like they're going to grab me off the street at night or what have you, you know, fear-based shit, right? To try to keep me isolated and keep me inside, okay? And to prevent me from interacting with people, to let them know and tell them the truth. They don't like that. They don't want that at all, okay? They do not like that at all. And particularly when I start watching videos on Malcolm X and anything that has to do with black leaders in the past, you know, and particularly they definitely don't like it when I watch Minister Louis Farrakhan. They do not like that at all. All right, and trying to again blackmail me into not watching those things and tie it with, you know, whether I'm going to be receiving my disability or not. This is what they do. Okay, this is what these people do, and I want people to understand this is white supremacy. Even though you're a TI, you might be white or what have you. White supremacy still impact you and affects you. The people that created this program, that developed the microchip, all this stuff, they're white supremacists. Okay, remember, the elites don't give a damn about you, whether you're black, white, or what have you. They just use middle class and poor white people as a buffering zone. Okay, to protect them, to protect the white millionaire class. This is what they do. And when you understand that, you have a different mindset. Okay, you become more understanding, right? You become, because you see the truth. You understand? And so they don't like that at all. Like I said, particularly they don't like it when I listen to Louis Farrakhan, because, you know, he's a black leader that's alive today, and he's probably the only black leader that's alive today in which, you know, I will put up there with the likes of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, you know. But I understand how they hamstring the minister. I understand how they manipulate the people around him. You know, like I said, a lot of times they don't even know it because of these technologies. They don't even know it. They can change personalities over a few years, okay? Give you a completely new personality, and you would not know, you would not understand. Whether it be, and primarily for us, particularly as black people, it's a negative one. It is a negative one. So, anyway, as I was saying, you know, so I told him, I said, listen, just tell the dude that I already give it to somebody who really wanted it. And like I said, because I only noticed that he will, you know, he wouldn't even call me, but he shows up tonight when they've been sending me all this subliminal message. I was talking to the same guy again earlier. He was telling me about how that's just the way he is. He believes that if somebody gives him something that he's doing them a favor. You know, it's like, again, the backwards way of thinking. You know, this is how they condition us as black people, the majority of us. Okay, and for people like me and others who understand this and, you know, try to do we start to think differently. Think of how start to think how we're supposed to think, right? Like loving ourselves, looking at other black people, loving them and showing them respect and stuff like that, right? But if you're going to disrespect me, I don't care if you're a black, what have you, it's not going to happen. If I think that you're participating in this program for whatever agenda, then you're not going to get my respect, and I damn sure ain't going to let you think that when I'm doing you a favor, that somehow you're going to flip it and see as if you're doing me a favor. That's not going to happen. Okay? And so another thing that they try to do too, they try to use this as some sort of lesson to you as the TI. But understand is that we are manipulated, okay, and we can't think sometimes where our thinking is not where it's supposed to be because, again, of the psychological manipulation. And we have to understand that. And so you got to forgive yourself and understand that this is what's going to happen. And you can't be hard on yourself, regardless of how they make you feel, okay? So if you don't give money to people because you don't have it, that's fine. Don't feel bad about it, okay? You're being manipulated. This system, this program was designed to experiment on you and to prevent you from coming forward to speak in the truth, to let people know what's going on. So they're going to label you however they want. And they use the psychiatric label to their advantage. Okay? They'll use it to their advantage. Understand that. Okay? So they'll call you crazy when they want to call you crazy. Then they'll call you sane when they want to call you sane. Because it's all about them not want to be held accountable. Okay? And responsible for what they've done to us. That's all. So you got to understand their personality. And I tell you guys, look up the dog triad personality type. Okay? I mean, I post so much information on Facebook. All right? Just look it up. This is who these people are. They operate in the shadows. They manipulate people. They manipulate you and I. Right? And many people that don't think that, people can be brainwashed to behave and act in a certain way. They don't think that. And like I said, with this technology, they can do it without even being next to you. But they still have to have access to you first. Access to drug you and access to implant you. So you got to remember that. Okay? And you got to be careful around people. Right? People are programmed. They are programmed that when you start learning the truth and speaking the truth, they will attack you. They will demonize you, villainize you. They will do whatever they can to set you up to get rid of you. Understand this. See, this is why I do these sort of videos to talk about what it is that they're doing. And every time I do a video, they try to make it seem like, well, he must be guilty of what we say. He must be. No. I'm doing the video to expose what it is that they're doing. Okay? The trial in public, in the public opinion, in the minds of the public, this is what they try to do. Try to convict you in the court of public opinion. Try to label you however way they want to label you. And they will lie, they will offer money, job, whatever it is. Okay? Because you remember as a TI, I talk, just go look at that program. And what the Stasi did in East Germany to some of the civilian population. Remember, they had over 500,000 agents. Okay? So as a TI, don't think that you're the only one that's going through this. There are thousands of us that are going through this. Okay? I'm not sure about the tens of thousands, but I know that there are thousands of us going through this. All right? And like I said, regardless, I may be going through what I go through, but I already have, this is a calling for me. So whatever the outcome is, I have to accept it. And however I act or behave as a result of those outcomes, that's fine, because I'm just a human being, and you got to understand that. Nobody's perfect. You look at our leaders, you think they're perfect? A lot of them, they're criminals. They just haven't been put in jail or anything like that. And some of them have, done so much shit. Just remember this, right? During the Gulf War, so-called Gulf War, the second Gulf War, a lie led to the death of close to 1 million Iraqi citizens. A lie, remember this, a lie caused the death of thousands of Americans and close to 1 million Iraqi citizens. Allah did that. Did anybody in the U.S. government get punished for that? Did anybody in the U.S. government was held accountable? And so, no. But see, when I bring up these things, they try to make it seem like, oh, I'm talking bad about the United States. Let me tell you something. I love the United States. All right? I just hate some of the people that are running this government, some of the people that are in the security agencies and law enforcement agencies, who is all about protecting those in power and themselves because they're white supremacists and they have white supremacist ideology. And always remember that it was in America in which the Nazis adapt their ideology from the American eugenics movement. So guess what? A lot of the roads a lot of the roads that throughout the evil throughout the 20th century and the 21st century is caused by America. And that's not a lie. And that doesn't mean that, you know, that I can't talk about it. But this is what they want to do. They want to shut everybody up from criticizing the United States. But the United States can criticize every other country. Just like these Christians. They can criticize people who are non-Christian. But don't criticize them. All of a sudden they feel persecuted. But they will turn around and they will persecute everybody else who is non-Christian. Okay? Understand the logic and the thinking. Not the logic, but the illogical way of thinking. You know, like I said, you know, when governments create an insane society, that society will fail. But guess what? Those in power, the elite, they'll be all right. Unless the majority of people wake up and create a new government. That's the only how. But that's a very hard thing to do nowadays because, again, with the development of mind control weaponry, okay, that's not going to happen. The very few of us who understand, who knows, okay, this is what we go through: demonization, villainization, microchip to keep us on the 24/7 surveillance while they experiment on us using these technologies. Okay? Just wanted to you know, make those points. So, like I said, my main reason, like I said, don't let them make you feel that if you don't do something for someone that you know, that's not okay. It's perfectly okay. What are they doing for you? Are they doing anything for you? No. Okay? This is another form of turn the other cheek tactic. This is another form of passivity. Okay? This is another form of you know, manipulating your mind to believe certain things. Okay? This is what they do. So when they, you know, now it's every time I look at a Malcolm X video, he talks about, oh, you know, why we gotta be begging, you know, all of a sudden there's sirens or there's car honking that just went off. This little, you know, it just went off there when I said that again. So I understand that this program, right, that it is also computer based. This is how you get these instantaneous feedback right after you say something or when you're on the heavy remote monitoring whenever you read something. Okay? And this is what they don't like, me exposing what it is that they're doing. And that's fine. You know, I don't have to, I'm not supposed to say I'm powerless against them, but I don't have the ability for them to stop them from doing what they're doing. Okay? All I can do is bring awareness and hope that people will listen and understand what's going on. Okay? All right.